The day my son asked me why his mom doesn't love him, and I had no answer. Chapter 1. The day I dreaded finally came. I always knew this day would come. But knowing it doesn't make it easier. Not when you're staring into the eyes of your crying 13-year-old son, and all you can say is, Dad doesn't have an answer for that. He told me, voice trembling, face soaked, that nothing he does is ever right, that everything is his fault, and the one that broke me. He doesn't feel loved by his mom. And the thing is, I knew exactly how he felt, because I felt that way for years. My wife and I have been married 17 years. We have 2 sons, 13 and 7, and they are my world. But for the last decade, I've watched a woman I once knew slowly disappear. In her place, someone angry, bitter, unpredictable. And while I've spent years telling myself I can hold the house together, be the glue, the strong one for the sake of the kids, I'm starting to realize that maybe staying isn't strength anymore. Maybe it's surrender. And for the first time, I asked myself, what if the only way to save my sons is to leave? Chapter 2. The woman I married is gone. She wasn't always like this. There was a time, years ago, when my wife was joyful, witty, spontaneous. We fell in love over midnight drives and stupid jokes that still make no sense. But somewhere along the way, life chipped away at her. She lost both her parents to cancer. We cut ties with the rest of her family after her brother drunkenly shoved our son and called him names I'll never repeat. Then came her own cancer diagnosis. I was there, through it all. I bathed her, fed her, held her when she sobbed and screamed through the pain. And when it was over, I thought maybe we'd find our way back. But we never did. It only got darker. Now, every morning, I hold my breath as I open my eyes, waiting to see which version of her I'm waking up to. Some days, she's just quiet. Other days, she's a storm. Sharp words. Cold silence. Blame for things I didn't even do. I've begged her to take time for herself. Spa day. Beach. Yoga retreat. I even offer to handle everything. Just go, please, find you again. But she never does. Just another bitter look. Another passive jab. I try to get her to therapy, to speak to her doctor, to see someone. But she says therapy is for people who are weak. And any mention of accountability, she shuts down, flips it around, punishes us with silence. The woman I'm married is still in there somewhere, I think, but I haven't seen her in years. And now I'm starting to wonder if maybe she's never coming back. Chapter 3. The breaking point. I've told myself for years that love means staying. That if I just worked harder, loved deeper, gave more, she'd find her way out of whatever storm she's been trapped in. I didn't want to be like the dads I saw growing up, angry, distant, gone. I wanted to be present, dependable, the anchor. So I wore the mask. 10-hour workdays. 3 different meals for 3 different diets. Dishes, chores, school pickups. I gave up hobbies, nights out, even friendships. All for the family. All for her. And still, nothing I do is ever enough. Last week, I came home late. I'd stopped to grab groceries because the fridge was empty again. I walked in the door and she didn't even say hello. Just looked up and said, "You forgot to take the trash out this morning." I stood there, bags in hand, and just stared at her. No thank you. No smile. Just blame. Again. And when I tried to say something, anything about how I was feeling, she cut me off with that same bitter laugh and muttered, "Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut." Then silence. Not just between us, but in the house. Days of it, like a fog that chokes everything. The kids feel it. My youngest asks why mommy's mad. My oldest barely speaks anymore. He walks around like a ghost, headphones in, eyes blank. That's when it hit me. This isn't just about me anymore. This is their childhood. And I'm starting to think I've been protecting the wrong person. Chapter 4. A line in the sand. I finally reached my limit the night my son said he feels like he's a problem. We were sitting outside. Just the 2 of us. The stars were out, but his eyes were dim. He told me he tries to be good. Tries so hard. But mom still yells, still finds fault, still makes him feel like he doesn't matter. And that's when I said it. The words I've been terrified of admitting even to myself. Maybe it's time we all go talk to someone. Not just you. Not just me. As a family. Because this isn't normal. He just nodded, not with excitement or relief. Just quiet understanding. Like he already knew this was broken. That same night, after everyone was asleep, I sat alone in the living room with a notebook and a pen. I started writing her a letter, handwritten, not typed. I needed her to feel the weight of it. I wrote about the boys. About how they're hurting. How I'm hurting. How I've tried, begged, waited, hoped. How I still love her, but I don't recognize who she's become. How I believe perimenopause, trauma, grief, they all play a part, but they can't be an excuse forever. I told her we need therapy. As a couple. As a family. And that I want to go with her to the doctor to finally get help. I told her I'd support her every step of the way. But I also wrote the words I never thought I'd write. If you refuse this, if you choose silent again, then I have to choose our sons. I haven't given her the letter yet, but it's folded on the nightstand. Waiting. Chapter 5. What comes next? Monday came faster than I expected. I called the therapist my son saw years ago and booked him an appointment. Then I called mine. She still remembered me. said I sounded tired. I told her tired doesn't even begin to cover it. After the calls, I sat in the car with the engine off, just breathing. The quiet felt heavy, but also strangely peaceful. Like for the first time in years, I was finally doing something for us. Later that night, I handed her the letter. She didn't read it at first, just looked at the envelope, then at me. Her eyes didn't soften. Not yet. She just asked, "Is this really necessary?" And for the first time, I didn't flinch. I just said, "Yes, it is." I told her I want to go with her to see a doctor, that I believe a lot of this could be medical, perimenopause, trauma, everything, that I still love her, but I can't keep doing this alone, that our kids can't either. I said we needed therapy. All of us. She didn't answer. She just took the envelope, walked into the bedroom, and closed the door. It's been 2 days. She hasn't said anything about it, but something feels different. Maybe it's just hope. Maybe I'm a fool. But I made the call. I took the first step. And whatever she chooses next, I know now that I'll keep choosing my sons. Even if it means letting go.